Yo guys, what is up? Moxsy in a Wonderlands video, and today we're going over this week's hotfix. There are a ton of buffs in this hotfix to like underperforming gear that I'm pretty excited to see. Hopefully some of this gear becomes really strong after these changes. Hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. Let's get right into it. Alright, so to start us off, the Armor Up event, which drops more armor for your character, is still live and will be running for the next week. The Chaos Chamber featured run is changing. This featured run will feature Parasite and Mike, formerly known as Mushroom Healer, in the Chaos Chamber. And then we get into our change notes. So they plugged a hole in Brighthoof that was allowing Fate Makers to get into unintended areas. I don't actually know about that. And they said that we found the adjustment to frost damage were not included properly last week. These will be corrected with the release of this hotfix. So the like nerf to like frost damage or frost damage guns by about 6% didn't actually ever go through. So now that is properly going through. Next up, they made a note about the live wire. They said, regarding the live wire, we're looking to change the way this weapon deals damage when doing melee attacks. For context, live wire takes the damage of the outgoing melee hit and scales it by your remaining max ammo. This is a bit arcane and, more importantly, difficult to balance. We want the weapon to be strong, but it should be doing a balanced amount of damage based on its item level rather than using the melee hit itself. The intention would be that faster melee weapons are also a desirable choice, not just the hardest hitting ones. Unfortunately, we cannot hotfix this issue and will have to be added in future updates. So they say that they're aware of the live wire's crazy shenanigans that are going on, but they can't fix it in just a hotfix, so that will be a upcoming patch change. And then we get into our buffs. So to start us off, they buffed the Blazing Volley, which is the fire SMG's damage scaling by 15.4%, and it can now properly roll with barrel mods. This will not affect current versions of the weapon, so if you want a Blazing Volley with proper barrel mods, you'll need to go get a new one, which is unfortunate because I had a few volatile Blazing Volleys. Next up, they're buffing the Wizard's Pipe SMG by 57.5%, so big increase to the Wizard Pipe, which is cool. SMG was underperforming. Next up, they're increasing the Shadowfire SMG's damage scaling from 1.2 to 1.5% and its status effect chance by 200%. The Shadowfire might actually be a good like contagion or status effect weapon with that huge status effect chance increase, which is really interesting. Next up, the ice balls that spawn when throwing a Boreas Breath should now have a much easier time finding enemies. So Boreas Breath buff increase. Next up, the Fragment's Rain base damage is now treated as if it were an SMG instead of a shotgun. Apparently the Fragment Rain, like if you wanted to boost it, you'd boost it with shotgun damage instead of SMG damage. Now it's actually going to be an SMG, and this results Yoshi. Small interruption of the hotfix notes for Doggo. This is Yoshi. He's my doggy. I don't think I've shown him in a YouTube video in a very long time, but he's a very good boy. All right, Yoshi, we got to get back to the hotfix notes. So the Fragment Rain is getting a 30% damage increase, a roughly 30% damage increase. They say this is a rough number as base damage is different from damage scalings. Next up, they're increasing the Heckwaiter's damage scaling by around 8.3%. The Heckwaiter is the like fire SMG unique. There's actually another note about it. The secondary fire mode of the Heckwaiter is now going to properly respect damage scaling. It was not scaling before. I can't actually say that I've used the Heckwaiter's secondary firing mode. So yeah, secondary firing mode will now get damage scaling. Next up, the Throwable Holes damage scaling is being increased by 40%. So Throwable Hole is going to get a 40% damage buff, and the area damage that it scales off of is going to scale by now 91.6%. So the Throwable Hole is getting a buff, and its area damage scaling is getting it buffed as well. So the Throwable Hole should be a much more usable weapon. I just realized that these are all, I'm pretty sure, like SMG changes, so big SMG changes, and that is the end of the hotfix notes. We've got the Wizard's Pipe with a 57% buff, Throwable Hole with 40% damage scaling and a 91% area damage scaling, Shadowfire getting big status effect increases. The Fragment Rain is actually something I'm going to be really paying attention to because the Fragment Rain was good before, and now it's getting a 30% increase. That thing ricochets like crazy. Pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the hotfix notes and meeting Yoshi. I will catch y'all in the next one. Also, I will be live when this video goes live, or I should be live around the time that this video goes live, streaming on twitch.tv, checking out the buffs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch y'all in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.